Hey everyone, it's Frank here from canyou.com.au, and today I want to show everyone how to create a employee onboarding workflow which is going to collect all new employee information and synchronize it into Xero in less than 6 minutes. Now, this workflow has been super popular with bookkeepers and payroll officers who are looking for a fully flexible way to get their employees into the system. So we're going to do the tasks that the team does all the time. We're going to do our tax file number declaration. We're going to do our standard super choice. We're going to collect our bank account details, all that information. We're going to sync it into Xero with one single click. Now, there's a whole host of things that the Canyou app can do besides this. We can do training, we can do policy management. We're going to leave all of that for another day. Today, we are just doing our employee onboarding. So let's get started. Okay, so we've logged into the dashboard. As you can see down the side, we have a menu, and the two important things we need to look at today is workflows and positions. So positions are the roles that our employees play within an organization. And our workflows are the series of tasks that we want our employees to complete. So we're in the test company here, Papa's Pizza. So let's set up the workflows first. Let's click into there. As you can see, we've got some workflows already, but today we're going to create a new one. So let's click create. So this workflow, let's give it a title first. So it's going to be our payroll workflow. So we can call it payroll. When we create a workflow, we need to add the tasks that we want the employee to do within that workflow. So to do that, we click the Add Task button. And as you can see, we do have a whole series of different types of tasks. Now, I won't go into the details of how they all work today. I'll just show you the ones which are relevant to our payroll. So we have down here the standardized tasks, and let's start with the tax file number declaration. So if we add that, as you can see, there's a task down the side here, and this is a digitized version of the ATO's tax file number declaration. The difference being that when an employee completes this form in Canyou, it gets validated. So we're going to make sure that things like our tax file number are correct, and we're going to make sure that every field is completed. So we're trying to eliminate all those little problems that seem to happen with paper forms or other ways that people might complete their tax file number declarations. So we've added that one. Let's add the next one, which is super. Let's click add task. Let's click super choice. Great. So we've added the super choice task. Similar to the TFND task, this also gets validated. Now, the great thing with the super is when people go to choose their super fund, we actually preload the valid super funds which are available so that there's no mistake about which fund people should be using. They can only select the ones which are valid, and that will be synchronized across into Xero so that hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have those problems where super funds bounce back 3 months later because someone has chosen the wrong fund or maybe a number got missed, things like that we're trying to eliminate. The next task is our bank account details. So let's click add task. Let's click nominate bank account. So this will ask the employee to nominate the bank account that they want to get paid into. Also gets validated. Okay, last task, syncing to Xero. So after we collect all that information, very last step, we're going to synchronize it all across into Xero. So that's it. Our workflow's done. Super easy. Let's click save. Perfect. Now, what we need to do is set up our positions. So let's go to the positions menu. So Papa's Pizza, it's a pizza shop, obviously. We have a delivery driver. We have a bartender. Let's add a pizza chef. So let's go create. Let's make a pizza chef. Okay, let's click into our pizza chef position. So as we can see, we have this field for assigned workflows. So we've just created our workflow for payroll. Let's assign it. Let's click payroll. We've got this checkbox here, which allows us to select if we want to start the workflow for all existing employees. Let's uncheck that for now. Click submit. Perfect. So now we've set up a position for a pizza chef, And every time a new pizza chef starts within Papa's Pizza, they will complete this workflow for payroll. So in terms of setup, that's it for now. We've set up our workflow, we've set up the positions. The next step is we need to start inviting our users. So let's start doing that. Okay, so from the position screen, let's go to our user screen. So we have some users in the system already, and this is where we add our employees. So let's click add user, which adds an employee. Let's add myself, because I've always wanted to be a pizza chef. Let's add my email. Now let's choose a position. So let's select pizza chef. Great. So we can see that we're about to add this new employee and they will be assigned the workflow for payroll. Click invite. That invite gets sent to their email. So the employee is going to receive an invite to join the Canyou app. As a bookkeeper, now I know that when this person, whenever I find out that they're joining the organization, whatever time that might be, I add them as a user, and then I know that everything that's been assigned in those workflows that we've set up is going to be completed and validated. So I don't have to stress about chasing up paperwork, sending emails, sending text messages. It's all going to be self-service from the employee's own device. So what we'll do now is we're going to hop over to the employee side and we can have a look at what they see and how easy it is for them to put their information into Canyou. Okay, so I'm on my phone now and we're going to log in as Frank, the pizza chef. So let's get started. I got an email from Canyou app inviting me to join the platform. So I'm going to click accept. Takes me to the Canyou app and invites me to join Papa's Pizza. So I'm going to accept that. Logs me into the platform. Now I can do this on any device as an employee. I can do it on my phone, tablet. I can do it on my home PC or Mac. The great thing is there's no passwords required. So once the email gets sent to the employee, there's a token in the email which will grant them access to the platform. So they don't need to remember passwords. They don't need to worry about setting up new accounts, all those kind of things. We try and make it as easy and frictionless as possible for the employees to enter their information. So if we click get started, it takes us to the dashboard. We can see we've got an action item here, which is our payroll workflow. So if we click that, first thing it asks us to do is set up a profile. So we can do that pretty quickly. Add a phone number, add a date of birth, put an address, suburb, state, postcode, emergency contact name, emergency contact number. Okay, submit. Great. So the very first step in our workflow, if you remember, was the tax file number declaration. So with the Canyou app, every area of the app which has sensitive information, we need to two-factor authenticate. So that's what's happening here. It's asking us to verify our identity. So if we click this button that says send me an SMS code, we set our contact number, we should get an SMS to come through, and it should, there it is there. So if we type that in, K72F, we click verify. So that way we know that we have verified the 2FA to make sure that this is Frank and this is him actually submitting this TFN declaration. So if we say, do we have a tax file number? I'm just going to put no for this example. I've made a separate application. I'm going to be Mr. Full-time Australian resident for tax purposes. Yes, I would like to claim the threshold. No, I don't have a HEX debt. And we can electronically sign. Perfect. Okay, so next step, super choice. Same thing, it populates what it knows already. Tax file number, I'm going to leave that blank. I would request all my super contributions to be paid into my own nominated fund. So if I click a nominated fund, I can click here. I can start searching for my fund. Gives us a pre-populated list. Let's choose one. Okay, let's have a member number. So what will happen here is, because we've used the pre-populated list, we're ensuring that the ABN is correct, the USI number is correct, the fund name is correct. That's all been checked and validated before we put it into Xero. So let's click submit. Okay, last step. Let's choose a bank account. So Frank, and this is all fake obviously, but let's just put it in. Okay, great. So from the employee side, we're done. Easy as that. It's guided us through. We can see we've got a tax file number done, super choice done, nominate bank accounts done. The last step is syncing to Xero, which the bookkeeper will do. So let's swap back now to the desktop app from the bookkeeper's side, and let's sync the pizza chef into Xero and get our job finished. Okay, so we're back in the app on the business side, and we can see we've got our new employee, Frank the pizza chef. So if we click in here, we can see we've got the payroll workflow, and great. We can see that the tax file is done, tax file number declaration is done, super choice is done, the bank account's done. Very last step, syncing to Xero. We can create as a new employee, syncing the tax declaration and the super declaration. So we know that everything up till this point has been validated by the Canyou app. All we need to do now is click the sync button. Perfect. So task has been completed. Task successfully complete. No further action required. So that's it, everybody. Hopefully that has been helpful, and I think it's going to save a fair few people a bit of time. Links for our website is in the description of this video. So if anyone wants to do a free trial, you can set this up. You can trial it with as many businesses as you want, and you'll be able to sync your employees into Xero very easily. My details will be in this video as well. So if anyone needs help getting set up or any more questions, please reach out. Otherwise, look forward for the next videos. There's going to be more things that we're going to be showing you how to do in the Canyou app. So hope to see everyone again soon.